everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at the all-new Ecovacs DEEBOT T30S Omni Combo. That's right, not your traditional robotic vacuum. It features an additional vacuum cleaner here on the side. But wait, there's more! That's right, it features a Zero Tangle TM anti-tangle technology and True Edge adaptive edge mopping, where the arm actually comes out physically to go ahead and get those little corners that you can never get in a traditional robotic vacuum. Not only that, it also features a multi-surface cleaning, so you can go ahead and go over carpet as well as different elevations by simply lifting up the mop tops as needed. But wait, there's more! On the bottom side here, just pop that right open. You can go ahead and see inside, you have a variety of different adapters for your vacuum. That is amazing! And in here, boom, we have ourselves a little bag to go ahead and collect all the dust and crumbs. On the top side here, you have your dirty and your clean water, so everything is nicely organized, and I have to say, it's an absolute mind-blowing. That's right, act right now and learn more about it in the description below, and today we'll be unboxing it as well as trying it out and see exactly what it's all about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and rewind and unbox this thing. It's also important to mention that there's a T30S family. So besides the Omni Combo, they also have the T30S Omni. Obviously this one here is a little bit more affordable as it doesn't have the extra vacuum and it's priced just about $1,000 versus the combo, priced roughly around $1,200, does give you the additional vacuum, allowing you to go ahead and attach an actual vacuum where you can go and clean and reattach and allow it to empty directly into the dust bin. Obviously, this is more based on what you're looking for, but again, they both offer the same exact vacuum that's both powerful and great at cleaning. This is it outside of the box, and man, is it astonishing, right? I mean, this thing looks pretty cool. So first off, I have to say it is a lot bigger than I was expecting. In fact, it's like almost like a huge base station is the way I would describe it. Now, obviously, you have your robot vacuum component here, and then you have a separate component here that houses our portable handheld vacuum, which you can just go ahead and take up like this. Now, this will actually empty it inside of here, so you don't have to worry about releasing or taking out any kind of dirt as well, which is always nice. And then pop this guy right here, and you have your bag here. This will house all our dust, which you just go ahead and swap out. Now, that is pretty darn cool, as the fact that it is very easy and convenient to use. And then, of course, on the top side here, you're going to have your dirty water and your clean water, similar containers that we've seen before in other robotic vacuums. It does seem pretty self-explanatory. Now, in terms of the robotic vacuum itself, so you do have a few different things that we haven't seen before. One being the actual arms itself. So if you look at the bottom side here, these will actually come out like this. To get those nice corners that you don't really get with the typical robotic vacuum. Now, just looking at the bottom side here, you do have your suspension for your wheels. So it's like a spring-loaded suspension and go over different bumps. You do have your spindle here in the middle. Just go and pop that open. You can see it in detail. So this will actually come out like this. So if you have to clean it, you just go ahead and remove it, and you can go ahead and clean it that way. It does have these like detangling brushes, so that's great for hair to prevent it from capturing any kind of hair. So you do have that improvement. And then you just go ahead and put this back in here. And that's it. Now on the bottom side here, you do have some sensors. So you have like a variety of different sensors. You have a little brush here that will kind of push the dirt into there, and then of course you have your removable mop pads, which you can go ahead and soak and wash. However, it does have a cleaning station here on the bottom, so you go and take this out here. We can actually see this in a little bit more detail. There we are. So it's these little mopping station here, and you just go ahead and it parks right on here, and then I'll use water and kind of jet it right into it, kind of keeping it nice and clean. Now looking at the handheld vacuum, so this is kind of cool. So you have your different mode button, and then you just hold the trigger to turn it on. High, medium, low. Oh, sorry, high and low. Now it does show the battery life here in display. Yeah, pretty good actually. And then you do have your smaller brushes on the bottom here. Just go to open this little pocket. You have like a roller brush. So you just go ahead and put this in here like this. Clip in. So you can go ahead and clean things like that as well. Oh my God, that's strong. Okay, yeah, so yeah, be careful with that. So pretty cool. So that's actually a nice brush there. We have another attachment, and then also like a detailed attachment as well. So you can use this for like cleaning like your sofas or even your car, I would say. Pretty cool stuff. So I love the fact that it has the 2-in-1 vacuum. So you have your robot vacuum, and then of course you have this cordless vacuum, and then you can just go ahead and plug it back in there when you're done using it, which is pretty nice. So this will go forward, so you got to flip it over, just keep that in mind, and just put it in there just like that. Pretty cool stuff. So with that said, let's go ahead and set this thing up next, connect to it, and try it out. All right, so we're finally set up and ready to go. We went and set up our robot vacuum right over here. Now, obviously, I created a little bit of a obstacle course. Now, the process behind this is it does have those robotic arms that kind of extend out, a line of going to get the corners, and then hopefully being able to maneuver around these miniature arcade machines. Now, very similar to some of the other apps that we've seen for this. So I did already do a quick little scan, and it actually labeled all the rooms, which is really nice. Again, you know, you have your full app capability where you can go ahead and scroll through here just like this. You can change the different modes, the water flow rate, the suction power, the cleaning speed, different things like that. Now for this case here, we're going to be doing a specific area, which is going to be this right here. So let's set that up, standard, and we're going to hit start. So right now it does show what's happening. It says mop pad cleaning and water refilling. It's currently at the station. It'll actually show us real time exactly where it's going to go in terms of its planned route. All right, so at the moment it just began. So it does showcase exact location on where it is, and it's going to go ahead and start. There we are. You can already see the mop pad working, getting that nice little corner there. Wow, that is so great. Wow, unbelievable. That is amazing. Look at that. That is so wicked. Let's put that back here for now. Again, you can see it doing what it's doing there around the edges. Working its way around the chair. Again, extending the robotic arm out, getting the corners as much as possible. Now again, we do see the full progress of what's happening over there. So again, what the first thing it does is it'll kind of do the border, and then it'll work its way around and then just fill the inside. But this is really cool because I've never actually seen the robotic mop doing this, where it actually extends the arm out, and that's actually one of the cool aspects behind this robotic vacuum. Now, one thing I do note is that there is a bit of a gap in between, especially between where it's extending out and where it's inside, but you can see the way it's going up and down, it does recover those tracks that it particularly missed. Yep, right there. There was originally a little area that wasn't clean, but it just went over it again. Again, you can do it a little bit more deeper cleaning where it'll be a little bit more vigorous. But this here being standard, I would say is just fine. And you can see how it's doing it right over there. You can see the 4 particular arcades. So you have your first one, your second one, your third one, and your fourth one. Again, showing you in real time exactly where the robot vacuum is. Yeah, that is so cool. So there you have it. It looks like it's just finishing up as we speak. If we look on the map over here, it does show that it's returning to the station. So it'll go back to its home base. And then from there, it should just be emptying out what it needs to empty out. There you go. So yeah, perfect. You can hear it re-cleaning the mop pads, and then of course afterwards it'll go ahead and dry them. And And that is the beauty behind the particular robot vacuum and how simple it is to use. Next up I want to show you is this. Now I went ahead and took this from my daughter, obviously not mine, but it has hair on here from her. She's only 2 years old. But the thing is that this particular robot vacuum has an automatic detangling process. Essentially, it's like a little tiny blades that we looked at earlier, and it'll go ahead and make sure it doesn't tangle up on the actual roller. So let's try this out. All right, so I went ahead and placed the hair right over here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but let's see what happens when it goes over it. I'll put it right in front of it. Okay, so I just took it. I'll give it a second. And if I go ahead and flip it over here, you actually see that there's no hair at all entangled. And that's because of, if you go ahead and pop this open, and underneath this, you'll actually see that has this little brush right over here. And essentially that will do is essentially kind of detangle it as it goes. And then if you kind of flip it over on this side, and let's take this out, you can actually see, look, there's all our hair inside there. Just have some hair right over here. And what happens is the moment you put it in there just like this, it'll immediately grab it and it'll cut it right up so you don't have anything at all. And you can see, I just turned it off right now, that there's no hair here at all. And now obviously being able to mop and vacuum the floor is great. However, in certain situations you might have dirt like on your sofa like this. That is when this comes in handy. So this is actually a great idea, just the fact that you can just go ahead and take it out, vacuum about, which we'll try right now. Open this, pick our attachment. So I'll go with this guy right over here and just go ahead and turn it on. That is really cool. And what will happen is actually collect the dust down in here. Now from there, what you do is if you detach it, we just put it back in here just like this. And then it'll automatically empty itself into that container, which will be in this here. See that? All right, so for this test here, I want to show you guys something really interesting. So right now, I just went ahead and turned it on. I put it on full vacuum, full mop, the full 9 yards. So I just went ahead and mopped this area over here. I'm going to show you the pad really quick. So right now, the pads are really, really wet. You can actually see how much water is coming out of it. What's going to happen is once we send it back home, it's going to dry it. And once it dries it, it's going to be like, literally, there's no water at all. All right, so now we're actually returning back to the base station. So inside here you actually see the dirty water coming out of the robot vacuum. So that's kind of cool. You can actually hear the heat. So what it's doing is it's actually drying the mop pads. All right, so now that we're done, you can actually flip this over now and see it is super duper dry. And that's the cool thing about that is it actually cleans it, and it'll dry it, and using heat, it gets rid of all the bacteria. So you don't have to worry about it creating bacteria or doing things like that. All right, and then another thing I wanted to show you some smart technology behind this robot. Now it does have voice activation, so I can talk to it like this. Okay, Aiko.
I'm listening.
Stop.
Task completed.
Okay, Aiko.
Go ahead.
Start.
Okay, start cleaning the whole house.
So that's cool. You can go ahead and talk to it just like that and give it voice commands on the spot. Also, another thing I wanted to show you is that this robot has a foot touch control. In other words, when it's in standby mode like this, you can turn it on by putting your foot against it like that.
Start vacuuming while mopping.
So that's actually kind of nice that you can go ahead and access it just by simply touching your foot on the fly just like that. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. So kind of gives you an idea what this robot is about. Overall, definitely really cool. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, comment down below. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.